Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Family Table. I'm Pastor Tim.
And I'm Patty.
On to egg number 8 for a Resurrection Egg Project. So today, our fancy egg has
a cross.
But if they're made out of nails, it's hard to see, but there's 3 nails there.
Okay.
But they're fashioned into a shape of a cross.
Well, then we must be talking about Jesus' crucifixion.
Yes.
And tomorrow, if you're going to church, is Good Friday, and you will be remembering that day at church or maybe at home in a special way. But we're going to do it today to kind of get ahead of things a little bit, but in Holy Week-wise. But we're going to talk about Jesus' crucifixion today. And I'm going to read a story that's based on Matthew 27, Mark 15, Luke 23, or John 19. Wherever you want to look. Another 4 gospel important story. Probably the most important story.
This is the whole reason he was born.
Right. Okay, so the people didn't understand. Jesus was God's perfect son, sent to earth to save them from their sins. The leaders brought him to the Roman governor, who put Jesus on trial. Many people were against him. "Crucify him," the crowd shouted. "Kill him. Nail his hands and feet to a big wooden cross." Jesus didn't deserve this. He had spent his time on earth loving and caring about people, helping them to know about his Father in heaven, and telling them the right way to live so they could one day join him there. Dying on a cross like a criminal was a sad but very important part of God's plan. And Jesus would do it. He wasn't a criminal, but he would die like one. The soldiers built a heavy wooden cross and nailed a sign to it that said, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." Then they marched Jesus through the streets. They made him go up a hill to the place they called the Skull. And then they nailed Jesus to the cross. They also crucified 2 criminals with him, one on his right and one on his left. It was so painful, but still Jesus prayed, "Father, forgive these people. They don't understand." "Why don't you save yourself?" someone laughed. And of course, Jesus could have saved himself, if he wanted to. A crew of angels would have rushed down from heaven to rescue him if he had asked. But instead, Jesus chose to stay there on the cross and die to save all who believed in him. No one could ever love as much as Jesus. Then it happened. God poured all of his people's sin in the past, now, and forever into Jesus' heart. "Father," Jesus cried, "don't leave me." But God had to turn away from all that sin. And Jesus felt all the dirt of sin and all the anger of his Father that came with it. But it wasn't his sin, it was ours. Jesus felt it and suffered for it so that we wouldn't have to. Right then, at that very minute, the world changed forever. Now God's people had hope. By asking God's forgiveness for their sins and believing in what Jesus had done for them, their hearts could be made clean, and they could live in God's perfect heaven forever. At noon, an eerie dark cloud filled the sky and hid the sun. Powerful lightning and thunder jerked across the sky. God's mighty anger at sin came down. The earth shook furiously. Huge rocks shattered and split. The sky swirled with dark, scary colors. "Father, I give you my life," Jesus said. Then he looked up toward heaven and cried out, "It is finished." And he died. And it was finished. Jesus had done it. He had taken on himself God the Father's anger and the punishment that was meant for his children, for us, to save us from our sin. Wow.
Most powerful story perhaps in all of the Bible.
Yes.
Well, maybe outside of one other story in the Bible.
Yes, we will get there.
Yeah. All right, so today, to remember the crucifixion of Jesus, we're going to, again, ask your parents, be careful, because we're going to ask you to put in 3 nails into your egg. So, again, ask your mom or your dad, or whoever might be there, to help you put 3 nails or into an egg.
3 little nails we've got.
Yep.
We're going to put them in there.
Yep.
And I have a soccer egg today, so I'm going to write soccer equals cross.
Or if you have a little cross, you can put that there instead.
Right, yeah, maybe you have a little cross you want to put in there that you'd like to have in your eggs.
Yep.
That would be good too.
Yep. All right, well, that's it for our egg today. We'll see you at the next egg next time.
Bye.